What's going on, my people? Make sure you check out DNKKnives.com, and if you purchase something from there, you can get use my coupon code Behind the Edge 10 to get 10% off of your order. Great company, great people, very good to the community. So if you're shopping for knives anyway, appreciate it if you go check out DNK. Today we're going to do some cut testing, mostly because I'm curious on which is better as far as these three budget steels that I'm going to talk about. This is Nitro V, Civivi, 14C28N Civivi, and D2 Civivi. I also have this one in D2, but the blade geometry is quite a bit different than the rest of these. This one has a little bit thicker blade stock, has no belly, and it's a little thicker behind the edge than this D2. So we're going to use that one. Looks like my lighting is pretty terrible. Let me try to fix that real quick. Did that help? Good, that helped. All right. So as everybody knows, this is not a very fancy channel. I do zero editing, so it's going to be a really long video. Also, I'm going to be talking throughout most of this, but you can fast forward through the cutting if you like. I do not blame you whatsoever. As I get results, I'm going to be writing them down. So I'm going to do a lot of bullshitting in this video for sure. Nobody's gonna watch this video probably, but it will be there for a a key if anybody's curious as to which one performs better than the other. Again, there's a lot of variables when it comes to stuff like this. I am not scientific in any way. This will not be a scientific deal whatsoever. It's just going to be me cutting cardboard and seeing which one I think has better edge retention. And that is not the most, to me, it's the most important thing on a knife as far as performance goes. But it's not going to be the most important thing for everybody, and I understand that. And, you know, if you don't care about edge retention, then this might not be the video for you. Also, these knives are not exactly the same. They are very close as far as geometry and all that good stuff. They're pretty thin blade stock. I believe all the blade stock is roughly the same. This Civivi here, the Imperium I had in Nitro V, it was, I had already sharpened it, so I was forced to sharpen these as well, so I can get as close to a, as the same results as possible. I'm going to cut about 50 feet of cardboard per knife, and I'm sure they can do more than that. I just want to see if that affects the cutting it through a very thin sheet of paper. This is kind of the same consistency as a as phone book paper. Actually, it might be even a little harder to cut. So right now, they are all quite sharp. It's hard to hold on to. There it is. This is very hard paper to cut, so I'm going to say it'll do the trick, I hope anyway. I will say this also, I don't know which one's sharper than the other. I know they're all pretty sharp. This one might not be as sharp, but they're close. So we're gonna call it horseshoes and hand grenades this time. So I do appreciate everybody watching. the people who do watch. I know my camera angle's not great. The lighting's not going to be great. I do apologize for all that. We are going to be cutting boxes that I got from the post office. I've already broke them down. These are exactly 1 foot, 12 inches each. So I'm going to cut one at a time here. I'm going to try to get 50 cuts per knife and then see if that affects it. I'm going to try my best to stay in the meat of the knife, which is from here down. Again, lots of variables, nothing scientific about it. I wouldn't, I would take this video for what it is and not put a whole lot of gospel behind it, but I just thought I would do it. I was curious. I thought D2 would probably do the best. A lot of people disagree with that. So we will see. The Nitro V and the 14C are very close to the same blade steel. But, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Don't know how much talking I'm going to do. Real quick, if you would like to support the channel, if you like what I do here, and you want to see more stuff as much as possible, there is a link to Patreon in the description, or you can join the membership. It's very, very nice of you, and I appreciate it very much. And everything that comes in will be used 100% to buy knives, and I do a lot of giveaways too. So there's all that jazz. What else? That's it. We're going to start cutting, I think, here. We're going to start with the D2. Geometry is really excellent on these knives. Again, this one might not be quite as sharp as the rest, but whatever. I'm sure it's not. Gonna be a lot of cardboard laying around. I gotta clean up. As you can also see, that's 10. I am not very good at camera angles and all that, so I do apologize, guys. I'm sure the camera angle is quite terrible. If you want to see actual good cut testing, go watch Outpost, because he does a really good job at it. I keep getting caught in this stupid choil here. It's messing me up. Again, I do not blame anybody. That's 15 right there. If they fast forward through this. 16. 17. 20. None of these steels are something I gravitate towards, really. I prefer higher end, high speed tool steels, but really none of these are that bad. Again, I keep getting stuck in the choil. And I think I lost my place. I think I'm at 27. I hope so. There's 30. So 30 feet. I don't feel anything on the blade, so we'll keep going. Two, 33, is number 40. I hope I have enough freaking supplies out here for this. You know, you plan for the video and all that good stuff. You can only plan so much before you start losing track of everything that you planned. I typically write a lot of stuff down, but I didn't this time, and I'm paying for it. I can start to feel this blade not doing near as good as it was. Yeah. So that's 45. Guess I should get closer to the camera, huh? It's still really good. $47, $48. $49. And $50. Well, that kind of sucks, but still fine. All right, so that's D2. Nothing noticeable really. I don't feel any difference in the sharpness of it really at all. Probably won't on all of these, but definitely nothing really, no big deal on the D2. Next is the 14C28N. The Civivi Cubit, which is actually a really great knife. I like the blade geometry. I like the grind on it. It's aluminum. I'm not a big fan of button locks, but looks pretty good too. We'll see how it cuts. Definitely the cutting geometry is infinitely better. Just out of them 10 right there, it's either way better or it's way sharper. It could be a combination of both. Alright, it's 20. Does cut a lot easier. Don't think I feel anything. I think it's just cardboard on the edge. It's double the cardboard there, so we'll make a different slice on that. I'm at 24. $25. Now, the reason, this is super thin cardboard too, by the way, everybody. Really, really thin. And the reason people use cardboard, because it's extremely abrasive material. Even though it's made out of paper, basically. It is extremely abrasive. So that's why it's used so broadly as a cut testing apparatus. There's 30. 40. And again, either it was way sharper or this one just has much better geometry. I tried to sharpen them as close to the same as I possibly could. I just did 400, 600, and then 1,000 grit, and then just a couple passes on the strop. I did all the same. But who knows? I do know D2 is typically a little harder to sharpen than these other two, but when you're using a good system, it doesn't really matter. 43, 44, 45. Let's get another piece here. There's 50. And I'm sure my arm is in the way the whole time I'm cutting too, so nobody can even see anything. I apologize. But we're trying to get to a result, so there's the 50. So that cut's good. But I can feel, maybe not. Yeah, cut's pretty damn good. And I don't feel any edge chips or rolls or anything like that. It's still wicked sharp. And 50 feet of cardboard isn't a lot. The reason I just chose 50 feet is because it's how many cuts I figured I can get out in boxes. The boxes that I have on hand. So we're going to go ahead and do the last one. Just for shits and giggles, but I don't think we're going to get any kind of good result out of any of this. This one's definitely sharper than the rest. This is the one I already had, and I sharpened it a long time ago. There's 20. I don't even think that really phased that at all. Yeah, I don't feel anything. Keep going. Just saying that out loud so I don't forget where I'm at. Three. Six. Seven, 48, 49, and 50. Look at there. So people from Kentucky can count. All right, 50 cuts, I don't really feel anything. And it's still, after 50 feet, still crazy sharp. And really, the only one that's didn't slice the paper super well was the D2. So I think I was proven wrong. So the D2 probably did the worst of the three. None of them did bad per se, but there's a chance that it's not sharpened as well as the other ones. This was the last one that I sharpened. May have just had some sharpening fatigue, but all in all, really 50 feet of cardboard isn't gonna give you a spectacular result. I guess I should have did more, but I guess 50 feet will give you a general idea of, you know, a few days worth of use on, you know, what your result's going to be. I believe they'll all strop up and be back to just crazy razor sharp, no problem, even though they are still quite sharp now. All the steels here are good budget steels. Tough. The Nitro V and the 14C are very stainless. The D2 has been around so long and is just so widely used, and in my opinion, it's just fine as well. Sorry about my dogs. Nothing I can do about them, man. They never listen. So, what is the result of this? I don't think we have one, honestly. I just think it's what it is. All three are just fine. Civivi does a great job with geometry. As far as I can tell, heat treat. Their edges always come really, really sharp. I've never had any issues out of how sharp the edges are out of the box. And not a bad product for the price. This one was $50, $60, and this one here was $30. So now my chickens are going to start going off too. So I'll probably wrap this one up, guys. It wasn't the greatest testing video in history. I'm aware of that. I'll try to do better in the future on testing, but I just wanted to get some kind of idea to whoever was shopping for these kinds of knives. Make sure you're good to each other, love each other, and remember life is short, so no reason to be a rooster. Later.